Hey y'all, what's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Tay, and I'm here yet again with another update video. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push the post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video you will be notified. Alright, so I don't know what day this video is going out, so whatever day it is, happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday, and so on and so forth. Okay, happy today, you guys. It's actually Sunday when I'm recording this video. I can't tell you that. I literally just got back home. It's about 9:12 p.m. at night. I wanted to go ahead and record a video because I felt like my makeup still looked pretty decent. I'm getting ready to take it off in a minute and I didn't want it to go to waste. But anyways, you guys, let's jump right into the news here. I've got some things that I want to talk to y'all about, hopefully. Okay, I was about to say, are you not going to cooperate? Okay, so talking about voluntarily terminating pregnancies and all of that great stuff. I know there's a lot of you guys that's like, why should she keep talking about that? Because it's important. I think that it is important that everybody is aware of the issues that are going on. Even if it's not significant to you, it's significant to me. I don't know about you guys, but I believe that I have a choice. It is my body. Nobody can tell me what I can and cannot do with my body. And again, until they put some rules or similar restrictions on men, I think that it's a load of crap. That's just my personal opinion, and I'm going to continue to say that. However, California budget to cover some out-of-state procedures. Y'all know what procedure I'm talking about, okay? California is preparing to spend up to $20 million to bring women from other states to its clinics where they do provide these services, a policy aimed at increasing access to a procedure that has been outlawed or restricted in many states since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. Governor Gavin Newsom had previously restricted the money in the state's, I can't say the word, but the Voluntary Termination Practical Support Fund for in-state travel only, saying we have to be realistic about what we can absorb. Okay, that decision surprised the advocates for the procedure, especially since Newsom, a Democrat, had vowed to make California a sanctuary for women in other states seeking this procedure. Advocates again spent weeks lobbying the governor's office on the issue. Friday, just days before the end of the legislative session, Newsom and legislative leaders revealed an amendment to the budget that would allow the state to spend public money on out-of-state travel for the procedure. Lawmakers are scheduled to vote on it next week. Now, this article actually came out a day ago, so I'm assuming they're talking about this week that we are currently in. While the fund will receive public money, it also accepts private donations, something that the Newsom administration said will be important to cover costs. As the governor has stated, California is doing its part, but we cannot do it all. Private donations and philanthropy will be critical to these efforts. Newsom spokesperson Alex Stack said, okay, we all need to step up to support women who are being denied reproductive freedoms by their state governments and are forced to come to California for the procedure. Okay, I think it's ridiculous. It just really irritates me. I'm sorry, you guys. You're gonna hear. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. I think that it is nonsense. Again, I feel like a lot of responsibility falls on women. They want us to be responsible for everything. I had to take a moment there and just breathe. Okay, but at the end of the day, it takes two people to make a baby. I don't care if they were both irresponsible. I feel like if they're both irresponsible, then that's what it is. They were both irresponsible. However, in that situation, when a woman gets pregnant, she's the only one that's held accountable. Oh, no, you can't terminate your pregnancy because it's a baby already. It's this and this, that. Meanwhile, the dad or father-to-be is off probably making a baby with somebody else. And they don't see anything wrong with that, or they don't care. I just feel like there's way too many liberties. This whole society, the way that it is set up to keep women in a submissive and I feel like inferior state of mind is ridiculous to me. Let me tell you something. You would never ever. You would never ever. Never. I just want y'all to understand. You would never ever, any man, you don't have a right to tell me I have one dad and he is no longer here, God rest his soul, but that is the only man in the whole United States of America and any other country that is in existence right now that has ever had a right to tell me what to do. And I got that from that man. Just to be clear, I didn't get this from no bitter black woman. My father was the one who taught me like this. My dad was the one that was like, listen, this is what it is. A man is only going to, he laid it out for me. Okay. So that's how I feel. And I feel like anybody that doesn't live up to that standard standard is a crock of nonsense. Okay, I don't want to curse on my channel, but y'all know what it is. Moving on from that though, let's get off of that. This I found to be interesting. It says federal government to halt free C19 testing at home tests by early September. The federal government is set to suspend its offer for free test at home by Friday, September the 2nd. So that's this coming Friday, okay, without congressional authorization for an extension. The U.S. Postal Service's page for ordering the test states that orders will pause by next Friday or sooner if supplies run out. So if you haven't already gotten you some, you should get them, okay? Ordering through this program will be suspended on Friday, September the 2nd, because Congress hasn't provided additional funding to replenish the nation's stockpile of tests, okay? The Biden administration originally announced that it would offer 1 billion free at-home C19 tests in January. The federal government used C19 funding from the American Rescue Plan, President Biden's $1.9 trillion economic stimulus and C19 recovery package that he signed into law last year, okay? Biden has since offered additional rounds of tests for Americans to order. Most recently in May, households could order an additional 8 tests in the most recent round. I told you guys about that in a previous video and even gave you the website. The 7-day rolling average of the C19 cases has declined slightly in the recent weeks, allowing an increase fueled by the highly contagious BA.5, whatever you want to call it, Omicron subvariant. But a senior administration official told USA Today that the government needs to hold on to tests for a possible rise in the fall. They need to get some tests out for the monkeypox too, and whatever other kind of nonsense is floating around, because I'm seeing, I think I saw one article, I didn't really read it, I just kind of glanced at the title, but I'm pretty sure I saw one article where they were talking about finding someone who has polio now, and I'm like, oh my God, and they think that we're returning back to normal. Where, when, and how? Please explain, because I don't see it. Moving on from that, okay, schools must now have school ID to get free meals. I don't think that that's anything new, to be perfectly honest. I remember when I was going to school, I don't remember if it was middle school or high school, but I believe, I want to say elementary school, we used to have those little yellow tickets. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was like, I think they were yellow and blue, and the blue one was for breakfast and the yellow one was for lunch. But you would get the tickets mailed to your house, and they almost look like raffle tickets, just like raffle tickets. It's just one that said breakfast and the other one said lunch, and you would turn in that ticket, and that's the same thing as the free or reduced price meals. I remember having that when I was a kid, but I believe that once I got to middle school, they did give us a card, and you had the option, your parents could either upload money onto that card and you can use that to pay for your breakfast or your lunch, or if you qualify for free or reduced price meals, and you would use that almost like a debit card where you would swipe it, your information would come up in the system, and they would know that you qualified and you're there to get your free meal or whatever. Confusion surrounded the cafeteria in the first days of the fall 2022 semester as an unannounced change to free meal program left students paying for meals they thought would be free. Student ID cards will now be needed to receive free meals in the cafeteria. Since fall of 2021, students could walk into the cafeteria and type in their ID number to receive a free meal. This year, however, students will be credited with $12 each day to use in the campus dining hall. The credit will expire at the end of the day, so it will not carry over and accumulate. Also, simply typing in a student number will no longer work. A physical ID card is needed. Students may obtain their new ID cards in the Student Center Recreation Room in the lower floor of the 200 building. Access to this room is through the patio area door. Now, where is this? Y'all giving all these instructions, but this is Fullerton College. So disregard, because this is not statewide, this is not nationwide. This is for Fullerton College, which is out here in California. Fullerton College students wait in line at the ID production room at the 200 building Student Center on Wednesday, August the 24th. Physical ID cards are now required to redeem free food at the cafeteria. Okay, so why are we recording? I mean, well, I guess it's different when you're in college. You're an adult. I was about to say $12. $12 is a lot for high school and even middle school, but now that it's college, it's making a lot more sense. Anyways, there was no official information on the campus webpage and no signage to explain the change. The people running the information tables on the quad didn't have much information during the first few days either. The first official announcement wasn't until Thursday when flyers were put up and an accompanying post was made on the Fullerton College Twitter page. So of course there was confusion. If you ain't tell nobody, you didn't send no notice out in the mail, and then when you get to school to ask questions, the people that you're talking to don't have any information. How you have people out there to help, but they can't give you no help? They can't give you no information. What sense does that make? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. That's just ridiculous. Anyways, last and final topic of the day. Let's talk about Jerome Powell. I've heard his name so many times. I don't know nothing about this man. Let me tell you something. Jerome Powell says the Fed is ready to bring some pain to households and businesses. These are unfortunate costs of reducing inflation. Trying to get record inflation to come down without triggering a recession, which I believe we're already in, has been the Federal Reserve's major project this year. You guys are failing. Those signs currently point to the possibility that high prices might be moderating. The bank isn't open to loosen up its policy tightening, according to Chair Jerome Powell. In fact, it's likely to keep hiking interest rates throughout this year until it's certain the inflation is in the rear view mirror. And Americans will feel the short-term effects of that policy tightening, Powell said at a policy speech at Jackson Hole Economic Symposium on Friday morning. Reducing inflation is likely to require a sustained period of below-trend growth, he said. While higher interest rates, slower growth, and softer labor market conditions will bring down inflation, they will also bring some pain to households and businesses. In spite of inflation, the U.S. labor market has remained strong since the country emerged from the pandemic. We have not emerged from anything. Powell said that the market will have to weaken before inflation can be considered under control. These are the unfortunate costs of reducing inflation, he said, but a failure to restore price stability would mean far greater pain. People are already in pain. Like, what are they talking about? People are already in pain. People still need rent assistance. We still need an extension, or they need to reenact the federal, the eviction, whatever, moratorium. They need to get all of that back in place. They need to extend emergency SNAP maximum benefits all the way through the end of this year and possibly 6 months into next year. I don't understand what they're looking at. They're like, what are you reading? Where are you getting this information from? I don't think that they're looking at people who are living below the poverty line. I think that they're looking at people who are obviously middle class and even higher than that, because people are still struggling out there and they're still talking about the pandemic is behind us. How is the pandemic behind us? People are still getting sick. There, as far as I'm concerned, there are multiple businesses, and even within a short distance, requiring and asking people to come and apply because there's a labor shortage. So I'm not understanding what they're seeing, what they're looking at. This is why I don't have faith in politicians. This is why I feel the way that I feel, because what are you looking at? Who is providing this information? You don't have nobody on the ground, nobody out there in the field actually looking at the situation for what it is. You're taking notes and statistics from when? 1979? None of that stuff applies to 2022. Powell added that history offers the lesson that central banks shouldn't relax their policies too quickly in the face of falling prices and other signs of a cooling economy. If they do, they risk inflation quickly getting out of control all over again. Inflation currently sits at 8.5% year over year as of July, slipping from a 4-decade high of 9.1% in June. While the lower inflation ratings for July are certainly welcome, a single month's improvement falls far short of what the committee will need to see before we are confident that inflation is moving down. Okay, so there's your latest what do you call that, financial news or whatever you want to call it. Moving on from that, you guys, let's do a quick update with emergency SNAP maximum benefits for the month of September. I'm not going to give you guys the payout dates right now. I'm literally just going to go through the names of the states that have currently been approved. Now keep in mind it is Sunday, so there might not have been any changes from the last time that I gave you this information to today. But so far, as of Sunday, we have Alabama, Colorado, D.C., Hawaii, Illinois, Kansas, Maine, New Jersey, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Virginia, Utah, Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. As always, you guys, I hope this information was in some way helpful or useful to you guys in the least little bit. Do me a favor if you haven't already. Don't forget to smash that like button, because it really does help to let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing and you want me to stick around. As always, I'm going to encourage you guys to drop some hearts down below. Let's keep it light and bright, and let's drop some white hearts down below. Let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my beauty and lifestyle channel if you haven't already. The link will be in the description box below, as well as a link to Amazon Prime, which you can get 30 days free on me and get your goodies delivered within 24 to 48 hours. And on that note, I'm going to say, remember to live, love, elevate, stay safe, you guys. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace, y'all. Bye.